Welcome to this presentation on ITIL 4. We begin by looking at the world around us. Today's digital landscape is moving at a pace we have never seen before, and this reality demands a fundamental shift in how we approach service management. In the past, IT might have been seen as a supporting function tucked away in a corner of the office, but that is no longer the case. Services are now the primary way organizations create value, and it is crucial to recognize that nearly all services are now IT-enabled. We are currently living through what is often called the Fourth Industrial Revolution. This era is defined by rapid technological advancements that have moved from the fringes of innovation to the very core of business strategy. Technologies such as cloud computing, machine learning, and infrastructure as a service, IaaS, are no longer niche experiments. They are the primary drivers of competitive advantage. Because of these shifts, organizations are facing a dual challenge. They must balance the need for rock-solid operational stability with an ever-increasing demand for agility and velocity. This has resulted in a total transformation of the workplace. We see information and technology becoming deeply integrated into every business unit. Traditional organizational silos are breaking down, and the rise of cross-functional teams has become the new norm. ITIL 4 is designed specifically to address this shift, ensuring that organizations can maximize the opportunities presented by these new ways of working. To meet these modern challenges, ITIL has evolved. ITIL 4 is not a total replacement, but an evolution, building upon a 30-year legacy of leadership in IT service management, ITSM guidance. It takes the best of what worked in the past and reshapes it to fit the modern context of customer experience, CX, value streams, and digital transformation. One of the most significant changes in ITIL 4 is its embrace of modern methodologies. It integrates Lean, Agile, and DevOps into its core guidance, recognizing that these are the tools modern teams use to deliver results. The ultimate objective of this framework is to provide a flexible, coordinated, and integrated system for the effective governance and management of IT-enabled services, moving seamlessly from initial demand to the final realization of value. To bring these concepts to life, we will follow the journey of Axel Hire throughout this presentation. Axel is a company currently undergoing a massive transformation to modernize its services. They are facing major industry disruptors, such as driverless cars and car-sharing platforms. To survive and compete, Axel needs a framework that helps them innovate rapidly while maintaining the stability their customers expect, and they have chosen ITIL 4 to guide them through this journey. At the very heart of ITIL 4 is the Service Value System, or SVS. This model represents how all the different components and activities within an organization work together as a unified system to facilitate the creation of value. The SVS is designed to provide a strong, value-focused direction for the entire organization. By looking at the business as a whole system, it helps to break down those pesky organizational silos that so often prevent agile working and effective decision-making. Think of the SVS as a map that shows how inputs are transformed into outputs. The key inputs for the SVS are opportunity and demand. Opportunity represents options to add value for stakeholders or improve the organization, while demand represents the actual need or desire for products and services. The key output of the system is value. Between these 2 points, the SVS utilizes 5 core components: guiding principles, the mindset, governance, the control, the service value chain, the engine, practices, the toolkit, and continual improvement, the mechanism for evolution. One of the most profound shifts in ITIL 4 is how we define value. In the past, many followed an outdated mono-directional model where the service provider simply delivered a package labeled value, and the consumer passively received it. ITIL 4 rejects this. Instead, it defines value as the perceived benefits, usefulness, and importance of something, and it insists that value is co-created through active collaboration. In this new view, value is not something given, it is something built together. Stakeholders across the entire value chain contribute to defining requirements, designing solutions, and even the creation of the service itself. Furthermore, We must understand that value is subjective. What is valuable to one person may not be to another. At Axle Car Hire, the CIO, Henri, points out that value means different things to their different customer segments. For a student like Ichika, value is found in the freedom and flexibility of short, affordable trips. However, for a corporate customer, value might mean seamless airport collections and easy expense reporting. To be successful, Axle must understand these different perspectives and co-create value that meets the specific needs of each stakeholder. To help navigate the complexities of service management, ITIL 4 provides 7 guiding principles. These are not rigid rules, but rather recommendations that can guide an organization in all circumstances, regardless of changes in its goals, strategies, or management structure. They create the foundation for a culture of trust, transparency, and constant evolution. The 7 principles are: 1. Focus on value. Everything the organization does should link back to value for stakeholders. 2. Start where you are. Don't scrap everything and start from scratch. Assess and leverage what you already have. 3. Progress iteratively with feedback. Don't try to do everything at once. Work in small, manageable steps and use feedback to stay on track. 4. Collaborate and promote visibility. Work together across boundaries and be transparent about what is happening. 5. Think and work holistically. No component stands alone. The entire system must work together. 6. Keep it simple and practical. Use the minimum number of steps to achieve an objective. If a process provides no value, eliminate it. 7. Optimize and automate. Use technology to perform repetitive tasks, freeing up humans for more complex work. To see how these principles work in the real world, let's look at how Axle Car Hire applied 3 of them during their transformation. First, they applied focus on value when addressing safety concerns for tourists in unfamiliar countries. They didn't just add a random feature. They introduced Axle Aware, a driver assistance system. This created value for the customer through safer travel, and value for Axle through higher customer satisfaction and lower repair costs. Next, they used Start Where You Are when developing a new booking app. Instead of building a brand new app from the ground up, Henry's team assessed the existing one. They found the core booking process worked well and could be reused, which saved time and resources while allowing them to focus on adding new features like biometric scanning. Finally, they practiced progress iteratively with feedback by releasing the first version of their app to a small group of trusted VIP customers. They used the feedback from this small group to refine the process before a full rollout, adding specific features like automatic distance tracking for business users based on direct requests. To ensure the service value system is balanced and effective, ITIL 4 outlines 4 dimensions of service management. An organization must give an appropriate amount of focus to each of these 4 interrelated areas. If you neglect even one dimension, it can lead to services that are undeliverable or fail to meet quality and efficiency expectations. The 4 dimensions are: 1. Organizations and people. This covers roles, responsibilities, organizational structure, culture, and the necessary skills and competencies. 2. Information and technology. This involves the information and knowledge needed to manage services, as well as the technologies required. 3. Partners and suppliers. This focuses on the organization's relationships with other businesses involved in the design, development, and delivery of services. 4. Value streams and processes. This describes how the different parts of the organization work in an integrated way to enable value creation. All of these dimensions are influenced by external factors, often analyzed using the PESTLE model: political, economic, social, technological, legal, and environmental factors. If the SVS is the entire car, the service value chain, SVC, is the engine. The SVC is an operating model that outlines the 6 key activities required to respond to demand and facilitate value realization. These activities are not a linear sequence. They can be combined in many flexible ways to create value streams tailored to specific needs. The activities are: plan. ensuring a shared understanding of the vision and direction. Improve, ensuring continual improvement of all products, services, and practices. Engage, providing a good understanding of stakeholder needs and building strong relationships. Design and transition, ensuring products and services meet expectations for quality, cost, and time to market. Obtain, build, ensuring service components are available when and where they are needed. Deliver and support, ensuring services are delivered and supported according to agreed specifications. By combining these activities, organizations can react to any situation with a clear, structured approach. To understand how the service value chain works in practice, we look at a value stream. This is a specific series of steps an organization uses to create and deliver a product or service. Let's look at an example. Restoring a service for a user. 1. User contacts the service desk. This is the engage activity. The demand is captured. 2. Diagnose and escalate. This is deliver and support. The desk identifies a known error with a workaround. 3. Deploy workaround. This moves to obtain, build. The user is guided to a new software version on the portal. 4. Confirm resolution. Back to engage. The service desk confirms the user is satisfied and the software works. 5. Gather feedback. This is the improve activity, where a satisfaction survey is sent. 6. Value realized. The user can now do their job effectively. This example shows how a single request moves through various activities and practices to ultimately deliver value to the consumer. In ITIL 4, improvement is not a one-time project. It must be a recurring activity at all levels of the organization. To maximize effectiveness, the ITIL Continual Improvement model provides a high-level, 7-step guide for initiatives, ensuring they are always linked back to the organization's vision. The model asks 7 critical questions. 1. What is the vision? Focus on the business strategy and objectives. 2. Where are we now? Perform a baseline assessment of current state. 3. Where do we want to be? Define measurable targets. 4. How do we get there? Develop a detailed plan. 5. Take action. Execute the plan. 6. Did we get there? Measure and validate the results. 7. How do we keep the momentum going? Embed the change and learn from it. Let's see the continual improvement model in action through Axle's Go Green initiative. Vision. Axle wants to become a top 3 green car hire company globally. Current state. A baseline assessment shows that currently only 5% of their fleet is electric. Target. They define a measurable goal. 50% of the fleet to be electric within 5 years. The plan. They decide to phase out petrol cars, replace them with electric models, and check remaining cars for ecological compliance. Action. They begin replacing vehicles and performing checks. Evaluation. They measure the results and find that while introduction is happening, it is slower than planned. They realize they may need to increase efforts or revise the target. Momentum. They analyze what prevented them from hitting targets, record those lessons, and decide what to do differently in the next iteration. While the value chain provides the activities, the ITIL management practices provide the toolkit to perform the work. A practice is a set of organizational resources designed for performing work or accomplishing an objective. In ITIL 4, there are 34 practices in total, offering a comprehensive and versatile toolset for ITSM practitioners. These are divided into 3 categories. 1. General management practices. 14. These are adapted from general business domains, such as continual improvement, project management, and risk management. 2. Service management practices. 17. These are specific to the service management industry, including incident management, the service desk, and service level management. 3. Technical management practices. 3. These are derived from technology management domains like deployment management and software development. Each of these practices supports multiple activities within the service value chain. Let's look closer at 3 essential practices and how they function within Axle Car Hire. Incident management aims to minimize the negative impact of incidents by restoring normal service as quickly as possible. At Agile, when a customer reports an issue with the booking app, incident management ensures it is logged, prioritized, and resolved efficiently. Change control, or change enablement, focuses on maximizing the number of successful service and product changes. This requires assessing risks and managing a schedule. For Agile, updates to the app are automated for speed, but a major change to the Agile-aware safety system requires a formal assessment to ensure regulatory compliance and safety. The service desk is the single point of contact between the service provider and all its users. At Agile, the service desk is the user's first port of call. It isn't just a technical help desk. It's an empathetic and informed link that handles everything from app issues to coordinating service requests, heavily influencing the overall customer experience. It is important to remember that the ITIL 4 framework is an integrated system, not just a collection of separate processes. All the components we have discussed, the guiding principles, governance, the service value chain, practices, and continual improvement, work together in a continuous loop. Guiding principles create the shared culture that informs every single activity. Governance provides the direction and control for the whole system. Demand is captured through the engage activity of the service value chain. SVC activities, like plan, build, and deliver, transform that demand into service outputs. Practices are the specific tools and capabilities used to execute that work. Continual improvement acts as the feedback loop, ensuring the system evolves and optimizes over time. And crucially, all of this is done while considering the 4 dimensions to ensure the approach is always holistic. In conclusion, by moving beyond siloed processes to an integrated, value-focused system, ITIL 4 provides the guidance organizations need to navigate the complexities of digital transformation. It ensures that all activities, from high-level strategic planning down to daily operations, are aligned with a single purpose: facilitating the outcomes your customers want to achieve. ITIL 4 provides the engine that converts opportunity and demand into co-created value. It is no longer just about managing IT. It is about enabling business value in the digital age. Whether you are a small startup or a global giant like Agile Car Hire, ITIL 4 offers the flexibility and structure to thrive in an ever-changing world. To put it simply, if an organization is a high-performance vehicle, ITIL 4 is the engine and GPS combined, providing the power to move forward and the guidance to ensure you're always heading toward the destination of maximum value.